Are you ready, Dolphins fans? The clock is ticking down to free agency, and there's a buzz in the air. Big names could be on the move, and our beloved Miami Dolphins might just make some waves that could reshape the roster. Imagine bolstering our secondary or locking down that interior line. The potential trades being discussed have the power to elevate our game. Stick around because you won't want to miss what's coming next for our team. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop on all things Miami Dolphins. What if I told you that the Dolphins might be eyeing a game-changing player this offseason? With critical needs in safety and offensive line, the front office is working behind the scenes, exploring trades that could provide the spark we need to compete at the highest level. The anticipation is building. Are we about to see some bold moves that will make our rivals shake in their cleats? Keep watching for the latest updates on potential signings and trades that could turn the tides for Miami. Make sure to subscribe and drop a like. If you're as excited as I am, Dolphins Nation, the offseason is heating up, and there are whispers of exciting trade possibilities that could impact our future. With crucial gaps on the roster, could management be on the verge of making a splash that fans have been dreaming about? The speculation is intense and the stakes are high as we look to strengthen our squad. What's happening behind closed doors? You'll want to stick around for the inside scoop that could redefine our team's trajectory. The Miami Dolphins are gearing up for a pivotal offseason, and with free agency just around the corner, Chris Grier has some important decisions to make. The safety position and the interior offensive line are glaring needs, and the pressure is on to fill those gaps. So what moves could the Dolphins make? One intriguing option is Tyrann Mathieu. He's been a standout safety for years, but with the Saints potentially looking to cut costs, Miami could swoop in for a deal that benefits both sides. A low-risk acquisition here could shore up the secondary significantly, especially since Mathieu has a wealth of experience, even if he's not in Pro Bowl form anymore. Another name to keep an eye on is Evan Neal from the Giants. He hasn't quite lived up to his first-round status, but he's shown promise. The Dolphins could explore trading late-round picks to see if he can transition back to guard, where he thrived in college. It's a gamble, but one that could pay dividends. For Tua and the offensive line, Jermaine Pratt could be a pricier option, but he's a linebacker who makes an impact. If Grier decides to pursue him, it could bolster the defense significantly, forming a solid duo with Jordan Brooks. Bradley Chubb might be another name available post-June 1st. The Dolphins could save substantial cap space by waiting to pull the trigger on a deal, but there are risks involved if they choose to wait too long. Lastly, I have to bring up Jalen Phillips. His injury history makes him a risky asset, but if Grier explores trade options, Miami could save a hefty chunk of change. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. These strategic moves will be crucial in shaping the Dolphins' future and fulfilling the dreams of the fans. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are you ready, Dolphins fans? The offseason is heating up, and we have some intriguing trade possibilities that could reshape our roster before the free agency frenzy kicks off. Could a veteran safety with a championship pedigree be making his way to Miami? What if a former first-round tackle struggling to find his footing becomes the answer to our offensive line woes? These moves could dramatically shift the balance of power in the AFC East, and you won't want to miss a moment of the action. Hold on to your fins, because the Dolphins are eyeing some exciting potential trades that could bolster our defense and protect our star quarterback. Imagine adding a linebacker who led his team in tackles and brings a physical edge to our defense. The question is, will we be willing to pay the price? With the draft and free agency looming, the time to act is now, and the possibilities are endless. Now, here's a thought that might shake things up. What if we explored the trade market for one of our own star players? Could we be willing to let go of a promising pass rusher to save some serious cap space? As the Miami Dolphins gear up for a crucial offseason, the pressure is on Chris Grier to make some impactful moves. With the free agency just around the corner, there are several trade possibilities that could fill the glaring holes in our roster, particularly at safety and on the offensive line. One name that stands out is Tyrann Mathieu. Sure, he may be nearing the end of his career, but he's still one of the best safeties in the game. If the Saints decide to part ways, this could be a low-cost opportunity for Miami to snag a veteran presence that could stabilize our secondary. But will the Dolphins wait until after the draft to see if they truly need him? It's a gamble for sure. Then there's Evan Neal from the Giants. He hasn't quite lived up to expectations, but he has a history with Tua from their Alabama days. Moving him inside could be a steal for Miami, and honestly, it could cost us very little. But is he the answer to our offensive line woes? I'm not entirely convinced. Now, let's talk about Jermaine Pratt. He's requested a trade from Cincinnati, and he'd bring a physical edge to our linebacker core. But can Grier justify the price tag? We need players like him, yet the competition could drive his cost up. And with the possibility of Bradley Chubb becoming available post-June 1st, we could be looking at a significant shakeup. Lastly, should we even consider trading Jalen Phillips? Yes, he's a talent, but his injury history could scare teams away. It'd save us some cap space, but is this the right path for a franchise that desperately needs to win now? Honestly, I'm torn. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do these potential moves excite you or leave you feeling uneasy? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. And activate that notification bell to get all the latest updates.